Japanese recreational hot air ballooning was something relatively new, but a group of passionate Calgarians embraced the sport in its infancy. They formed the Calgary Balloon Club, and it now has close to 100 members. So this year, it's celebrating its 50th anniversary. Kevin Fleming reports.
When he started flying a balloon 50 years ago, Brian Wall says it was pretty much learn as you go.
The training was, well, do this, don't do that. There's the manuals that came to fly these craft were sometimes 2 or 3 pages long, and that was it. You were on your own after that.
Wall is the founder of the Calgary Balloon Club and also wrote the manual for new pilots to follow. It's on display at the Hangar Flight Museum.
It can be very addictive. It's quite the experience. The balloon doesn't take off or fly. The balloon stays stationary and the earth drops away from beneath you.
Linda then is the club's former chief pilot and says the goal has always been to promote the sport in southern Alberta.
We started with training pilots, and then those pilots turned around and trained other pilots, and it kept going so that we built up a huge community.
Jagger Leatherdale represents the next generation of balloon pilots. At 13 years old, he's logging hours now so that he can get his license in a few years.
When I was like 7 years old, my mom, she had her license and she took me up for my first balloon flight, and then I just started falling more in love with ballooning.
Jagger's dad, Brant, has been a club member for 20 years and says you won't see many balloons flying over Calgary anymore.
Calgary's become a much larger city. It's more difficult to get across, so you have to have the right weather conditions, but also the right amount of wind to push you across, but not too much wind. So all the sport balloons have been pushed out into High River and other smaller communities to balloon.
Members say their best times flying are when multiple balloons are in the air at the same time.
I love the freedom of flying. It just is one spot in the world that you forget where you are. You're just floating along so peacefully.
Kevin Fleming, CTV News, Calgary.
The Calgary Balloon Club has a number of events planned to celebrate throughout the year. We have more information on our website.